Well, thanks everyone for coming. Very much appreciate it. What I'm going to be talking about today is basically a model that I've developed based on experience with my customers, of my clients over the last decade or so. Especially, I'd say, in the last maybe 5-6 years. The book, I'm putting out a book. It's going to be called Visible Persuasion. I've been working on it for a few years. It got to the point where it was 300 plus pages. So, and I gave it to some people to read, Tom being one of them. He's standing over there, and he's like, dude, you gotta cut this down. No one is gonna read 300 pages of this. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully by the end of the year, the book will be out. I'm trying to get it down to about 100 pages. It's 16 chapters. I'm cutting it down to 5, hopefully. But in it, I basically describe what I call the internet success model, and that's what gets me here today. So this is me. You can see the resemblance, it's almost like a twin. I think he has my eyes. Yeah, his eyes. Well, it's sort of me. This is actually what I look like sitting at my desk every day as people call. These are the callers. They're basically clients, potential clients, some annoying friends who just want free advice, like, oh, you're a marketing guy. Okay, and you need to tell me how to make money with this and that and the other. You know the drill. But basically, the reason why this guy's head's in his hands is because he's clueless. He has no idea how to actually make money online. But he knows that he has an idea. And so, whenever these people call, it makes me think about this scene from South Park. This is like a pretty famous episode of South Park in the business world, where these gnomes have this brilliant 3-step process about how to make money. They start with phase 1, where they have this brilliant idea. They say, hey, you know what? We have such and such an item. We're going to sell it. It's going to be great. Then they have step 2, and then step 3, profit. And it's like, wow, if we have this, we're going to make lots of money. And then I say, well, what's step 2? What's in phase 2? And they never seem to know. A lot of people are really clueless about phase 2. And so that really got me thinking about, you know, how can I explain it to people in a pretty easy way? Now, the people who call are like, I wouldn't even pigeonhole them into one particular area. They're doctors, lawyers, accountants, business owners, entrepreneurs. I get calls from affiliate marketers, real estate agents, you name it. They're calling and they don't know how to make money online. So my approach was to try to simplify it. Now, just to be clear, there are several ways, or many ways, you can actually take like a model and a model of how using the internet to make money, but I'm just presenting my way. And so the idea of my way is that you want to have a straightforward way to look at your marketing efforts from beginning to end. And that's where I'll be going. So let's take a closer look. The first part starts off with visibility. You have to be out there. You need people to actually see where you are. They need to find you. And the problem is, you know, the virtual landscape is getting really, really complicated. There's so much out there. And I find that there's 2 main kind of approaches that people take. Excuse me. Either they only focus on, let's say, their website and Facebook, and it's all Facebook all the time, and only making modifications to their website, or they try to be everywhere. Especially with affiliate links, affiliate marketing, I tend to see a lot of affiliate-related, let's say, paraphernalia, so to speak. You know, affiliate-related websites with links all over the place, especially with certain products. But the thing is, the key is, you really have to cut through all the clutter. Because in reality, it's not about being everywhere. It's being in the right place for your strategy. So just to go back here, now picture the guy who had his hands in his head. You know, he's looking at all this and he's like, what is all this? How do I even approach all of this? Well, you say, what are you trying to accomplish? And then you organize. And the key is to start organizing everything. Organizing your social media platforms. So you're looking at Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. You're looking at your video sharing websites, photo sharing websites, hosted blogs. You know, these are all the same icons that I was just showing you, the same logos, but they're actually organized. Search engines, obviously you're going to use SEO techniques to get high rankings in search engines. Information websites, Q&A sites, solo mode gaming. Now, for those of you who don't know, solo mode is going to become a much more popular term. You'll start hearing it more and more. It stands for social, location, mobile. And the gaming industry, or you might start hearing the term geo-gaming, that's going to become more popular as well. The gaming industry is basically, it's not just about like the Wii and the Xbox, it's actually going to be growing into our daily lives more so than you can really imagine at this point. But Foursquare is just the beginning of that. There's virtual gaming worlds, like Second Life, digital radio, and so on. Now, just to give you a few examples, if you're selling fishing lures, or you're an affiliate marketer and you're trying to sell a package of some great, brilliant fishing technique, where you want, get a DVD, get some lures, what have you, you could go to fishing forums, talk about it, interact with people, tell them, hey, I'm selling this product, this is great. But something, that's could be helpful where you're trying to target your market, and very specifically, you could actually go to a virtual world like Second Life. Find the fishermen, or the anglers, as they prefer to be called. I'm a fisher person, so I don't mind either way, but I know a lot of fishermen prefer to be called anglers. Find out where the anglers are hanging out on Second Life. Go into that virtual world. To be fair, Second Life in particular is not as popular as it used to be, but there still are a lot of money-making opportunities there. Just to give you another example, if you're marketing at teens, or towards teens, or in favor of selling a product that teens would be interested in, looking through all of these, can anybody guess the one website you wouldn't go to?
Would not go to?
Which one? Yeah, which one wouldn't you go to? So you go to Facebook, go where they play, see where the teens are, but you're trying to sell something to a 13-year-old. LinkedIn, exactly. Exactly. If you're trying to market to 13-year-olds, there aren't that many 13-year-olds on LinkedIn. So you really have to consider where are you going to get your visibility, and also where you're getting your target market visibility. Now, one key aspect to understand is that your target market is actually a moving target. It's going to be continually changing and evolving, just like along with technology, in the way that's evolving. So I'm going to talk a little bit about mobility, because mobility, that's probably like the fastest area of technological evolution that's happening right now. First of all, my first point is, we've evolved to the point where we're mobile again. So what do I mean by that? Well, just a few years ago, almost nobody had a smartphone. Now, just about everybody has a smartphone. In the next couple of years, the vast majority of phones that people carry around with them will be smartphones. Just a few years ago, people were using, their feature phones where, you're standing at a bus stop, you're thinking, oh, I want to buy something on eBay, or I want to buy it on, on Amazon. You waited till you got home, and you pulled out your laptop, you went to your desktop computer, and you ordered what you wanted to order, and that was that. Well, now you have that computer in your pocket. You don't have to wait. And as an affiliate marketer, you should think about how you have the opportunity to have a direct one-to-one relationship with the people who are buying from you. So, and that is with mobility. So you want to take advantage of the fact that people are mobile. So for example, mobile tagging. Marketers seem to jump all over this. Quick response codes in particular, but there are a lot of different kinds of tags, Microsoft tags and so on. But the QR codes are the most popular ones. Now, the consumers are still catching up. Most consumers still have no idea what these tags are, but I believe that 2012 is going to be the year that consumers actually figure out what this is and realize, wait, my cell phone, the thing I carry around in my pocket all the time, that's what's going to read this and give me more information about a product. There's going to be kind of like an awakening in a sense. So keeping up with technology on this front, something that as a marketer you want to think about. Something else, voice control. As an SEO expert, professional, consultant, Siri scares me. As a personal individual, I love Siri. Now for those of you who don't know what this is, basically if you have an iPhone 4S or an unlocked or hacked version of an earlier iPhone, depending on the model, what have you, 3, 4, the product comes with software called Siri, where you can just talk to your phone and tell it to do a number of things. You can say text whoever and then dictate the text and then tell it to send. You can say play a song by whoever. You're basically, you can look for information. So in this case, I told my phone, I said, who is Lady Gaga? And it gave me the information right there. So now think about that. If your strategy is to optimize a website, what does this mean for your strategy? Well, you're coming up with keyword terms for your product or your service, and you're thinking, well, people are going to go to Google, go into that little search box, type something up, and they're going to hopefully come to your website, or your website will appear, on the search engine results page. Well, here they're bypassing that completely. So keeping up with technology is really key, and figuring out where people are, where your target market is really key. And one final point I'd like to make is about the emotive headset. Now, beyond Siri, we've got the emotive headset. What the headset does is basically read brainwaves and allow you to control different things in your environment. So for example, if you're playing a game on your computer, you can put on the headset and you can actually concentrate and control different aspects of your game. If you're in a wheelchair, you can connect the headset to the wheelchair such that if you concentrate about moving forward or backwards or stopping, it'll actually happen. Now this actually seems like it's very Star Trek-y, and it is, but the reality is this is available today. This is $300. You can go to the Emotive website and buy this for $300, and it actually works. It's only a matter of time till more and more people find out about it, and when the price goes down that much more. Although to be fair, for this type of technology, $300 is extremely reasonable. But the point being that when it comes to visibility, you really need to think about where your consumers are, where your target market's going to be. If you realize that you can't get to gamers through some of the other methods, but you know they're all using the emotive headset, what you could do is maybe buy some advertising in the game itself. That could be an adaptation. So just something to think about. So beyond visibility, we have persuasion. So kind of step 2 of my model would be persuasion. How do you persuade people to buy from you? The first thing, I'm not going to cover everything, obviously there's only so much I can cover, but just cover some of the more interesting or main points. One of the key issues is trust. You want people to trust you. One example of trust, one way people can trust you is actually have an attractive website. So this website, I don't know, it looks like it was built circa 99, 2000, 2001. I just found this recently. It's very scary. Would you want somebody to do invasive medical cosmetic surgery on you if they have a website like this, that they haven't invested in their marketing and the way they present themselves? Really a bad idea. This is a website I designed for one of my clients in Montreal. So yeah, I don't know. You can't see, can't see why someone would go to the former. What? Yeah, and it's funny you should say that, because I chose, one of my company's specialties is actually making websites for plastic surgeons and marketing them and so on. And I actually went out of my way to find one with a flower just to be like consistent, like, oh, there's their flower, here's our flower. Another message about persuasion: bigger isn't better, better is better. And just keep that in mind. I'll give you an example about what I'm talking about. Steve Berta. So this guy, he's got his MBA, he's a devoted father, which is kind of interesting that he puts that in LinkedIn. He has 2,837 recommendations. Okay, think about that. Bigger isn't better, better is better, okay? Would you trust this guy? I wouldn't trust this guy because he's become a joke. 2,000, almost 3,000 people have recommended him. Like, people are doing this like for fun. They're just going and saying, oh, let's recommend Stephen Burdick. He's like, it's become like an internet meme in a sense. Transparency. You want to show people who you are. If you're selling a product or representing a product, you want to show people that, like, I use a product, it works great for me, it works great for my family, whatever it is. Show people who you are. If you're on LinkedIn, put your actual photo up. Make it, make people realize, who you are. One thing you don't want to do is put a stock photo. Don't go to istockphoto.com and buy a stock photo and put it up on LinkedIn. I've seen that several times. The kind of thing you want to avoid. It's kind of sketchy. Also for transparency, when you're selling your products or trying to sell the products that you represent, you definitely want to put a phone number, contact information. I personally, I'm not an expert affiliate marketer by any stretch, but I have done some affiliate marketing, and I can say that putting a phone number and an email that's not a free email, like Hotmail, Gmail, something trustworthy, I think would really help your cause. Reputation. Do you want to be seen as somebody who is strong, somebody to look up to, an authority figure, or do you want to appear as though you're someone evil, ruthless? And it's not just for you. I say this also in the sense of the products that you're representing and that you're trying to sell. So think about it. You can be the nicest person in the world, but you're selling the sketchiest product. You don't want that. You want to represent something that actually will make you look good as you're making the sales. It'll add and help you with persuasion. Relationships. I know I don't want to preach to the choir. Obviously, in this day and age of social media, you definitely want to use social media platforms. Stay in touch with people. Answer their questions as much as you can. Consumers love convenience. Make it easy to buy from you. You want to persuade someone to buy from you? Make it easy for them. Just click the buy now button. Easy process, nothing complicated, nothing over the top. That's key. Okay, and finally for persuasion, I'm going to talk about content being king. Content is absolutely king, especially in the affiliate marketing world. You want to be able to explain your products. If you're going to use video, show a product demo, interview the inventor, put photos. If somebody does a SlideShare, someone does a presentation, take their SlideShare presentation, put it on your website, let people go through it. But at the end of the day, people want to see that content. If you're going to persuade them, they need to know that you're offering them something that's useful to them. And utility is really key. Whatever you promote has to be useful, or people won't buy it. They won't buy into it. Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that. Now the third part is conversion. So visibility, they found you, persuasion, you persuaded them, now they need to convert. So what is conversion? Conversion is any time a consumer does what you want them to do. So ideally, best case scenario, they're buying from you. Yes, of course, we all want them to buy from us. But it's not necessarily just that. That could be the short-term solution is, okay, they bought the item, great. Long-term solution, maybe they sign up for your newsletter and you're going to sell something through your newsletter. They can sign up for something else. They can register for a webinar that you're offering. They can subscribe. They can call you. They can send you an email. There's all kinds of different conversions. And so you want to actually take into account what's best for your plan. And speaking of conversions, you always want to talk about ROI, of course. And I want to make it clear that if your product sucks, okay, the product you represent sucks, and if the service and the relationships you're forming suck, and your company you represent sucks, and their executive board sucks, your ROI is going to suck also. And I can't stress this enough, because this is the hard, cold truth. This is reality. Now, part of conversion is to look at your data. You absolutely want to analyze your data. It's really key. Now, I'm not saying don't stay just limited to just looking at your data in the sense that, oh, I made 20 sales today, great. That's fantastic for you. But the reality is there's a lot of data that will come in from all your efforts, and there will be effort because affiliate marketing, just like anything online, like when it comes to sales, is a lot of work. It involves a lot of you should be doing a lot of analysis on all the different sources of information that you can get in your analytics. So, for example, you might find that you're analyzing your data for SEO, for example, and you might look at hits. But anybody who knows anything about SEO or web analytics knows that hits is a completely meaningless number to look at. What you really want to look at is unique visits or page views. How many people clicked a link, and followed it through. Things like that. That's much more intuitive. Well, it becomes much more intuitive after a while, but it's really important. These are the numbers you want to look at. Now, the thing is, so I'm saying you want to look at the right numbers. So you want to look at sales, but you want to look at these other things as well. Now, the thing is, you can't just look at numbers, because data without context is useless. So what do I mean by that? Well, imagine you put up an affiliate link on your Facebook page, someone clicks the link, or let's say 200 people click the link and you don't make any sales. But you put that same link in a very targeted LinkedIn group, and 5 people click on it and 3 of them buy from you. Well, then you know that there's something to this. Maybe there's something about your product that is more appealing to people in the LinkedIn group, and you adjust your marketing strategy accordingly. And of course conversion, we're talking about reach. Just one thing quickly here is that you want to, when you're looking at the difference between who clicked on your link on Facebook versus LinkedIn, once you look a little deeper and you look at your Facebook page and realize, well, 200 people clicked, but they clicked for the wrong reason. Maybe somebody made a comment and said, this product sucks, I can't believe this person is selling it. Well, I guarantee you that's the kind of thing that will attract attention. It's negative attention, and of course those people have no intention of buying from you, but they click through. So you look in your stats and you say, hey, wait a minute, 200 people clicked on this link and they came to my website, but they came for the wrong reasons. So you want to look at sentiment. Is it positive, negative? What are people saying about you, your products, and so on? And finally, there's retention. So the #1 trick to saving money when it comes to marketing, of course everybody's budget conscious, especially nowadays. The #1 trick, repeat sales. It's much easier and cheaper to actually sell to people who you've already sold to than to go out and find new people to sell to. So obviously at some point you want to do a combination of both, but don't discount the people who've made a purchase from you. What you can do is make sure they sign up for your newsletter, send them out an e-card for their birthday, send them an SMS, a text message once in a while. Come up with some way to keep them in the loop. So you're helping your relationship, you're working on your relationship, but also what's happening is they're aware of your product, and when you come up with a new product, an improved product, a different product, you can actually offer that as well. Just one thing I want to be clear, there's no set formula. So among the different areas of visibility, persuasion, conversion, and retention, those are kind of that's like a guideline. But there is no set formula within that. You have to use the right strategy within those 4 areas that'll work for you, especially in the first couple. And then eventually you get to profit. And that's what I have. Just a couple quick things. So I'm writing a bunch of books, but I wrote an ebook, SEO for 2012. You can get it on my blog. It's free. I put it up last week. I've got a lot of really good feedback so far. It's not a beginner how-to. It's more of a state-of-the-art, like where are we with SEO. Just something you might want to download. Also, my company offers training workshops. So if you're interested, we have SEO workshops, analytics training, WordPress. Tomorrow we actually have an all-day intermediate level WordPress workshop and so on. You can go to unisio.com or unisio.com/training. All right, I'm done.